Joining us now is Texas State Representative James Talarico. Okay, Joe Rogan said it. You need to run for president. I take it right now you're in the Texas House, State House. But you did say in a town hall recently that for those who love democracy, it's time to start flipping tables. The chairman of the DNC, the Democratic National Committee, said today Democrats can't be the only ones who play by the rules. He said, quote, "I'm sick and tired of this Democratic Party bringing a pencil to a knife fight." The Democratic Party's in trouble right now.
Yeah, it is. And the last election should be a wake-up call to our party that we have to do things differently. We've got to go to places we don't normally go. We got to talk to people we don't normally talk to, because politics at its most fundamental level is about addition, not subtraction. And clearly, our coalition is not big enough to win a majority in national elections or in statewide elections here in Texas. And that's on us. That means we've got to grow this tent and bring more people into our coalition so that we can make people's lives better.
But what are you doing wrong? What are you doing wrong here? Especially because I think one of the reasons why President Trump hit such a nerve for so many of the people who voted for him for president is he was authentic. They didn't detect any BS in him. He wasn't, whether you liked it or didn't like it, it was real. It was really him. The Democrats have seemed to really struggle with their messaging.
Well, and I think that's being exposed in the Trump administration. They promised to release the Epstein files, and then they didn't. They promised to drain the swamp, and now they're taking planes from the Qatari government. So I agree with you. A lot of folks here in Texas, including in my own family, voted for Donald Trump because they thought he was telling the truth. A lot of them are waking up to the fact that he's a con man, just like any other politician. And so I think people are hungry for elected leaders who are going to shoot straight with them, and elected leaders who are going to follow through on what they say. And I honestly think you're going to see that more at the state and local level than you are in D.C. I know that there are Texas Democrats here in the trenches in the state legislature making actual progress for folks on all the issues we care about, from education to health care to jobs and taxes. So I think that's where the future of the Democratic Party can be found.
You were part of a group of Texas Democratic lawmakers who left the state to avoid taking a vote on redrawing the Texas congressional map, you were all vowing to fight back. You stayed away for several weeks, and then you finally returned last week to cheers from your supporters. But what did you accomplish? It didn't stop the gerrymandering from happening. All you did was delay it.
Well, by breaking quorum, we shined a national spotlight on this power grab. Unfortunately, our corporate media system is really only going to cover these issues if there's conflict. I wish that we were doing, in-depth reporting on things like gerrymandering at the state level. But I think the media needed this story of our quorum break to talk about this. And after we broke quorum, Google searches for the term gerrymandering went through the roof. Suddenly, everyone was talking about this power grab in Texas. And then we sparked momentum for states like California and Maryland and New York to redistrict themselves and cancel out the 5 stolen seats in Texas. And now my colleagues and I have returned to the House floor to build a public legislative record that we can use to kill these rigged Texas maps in court. So this fight is far from over, and it's going to take a lot more than 51 Texas House Democrats. It's going to take all of us to stop this rigging of the next election.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.